There's nobody else in here, and I'm not sure which direction to pray in. Door.
I wish one day somehow the borders between Morocco and Algeria open.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum.
We are currently in the east of Morocco. We are in a city named Oujda, and this city actually borders Algeria, so we're very close to the borders here. We dropped my mum and dad off at the airport a couple of days ago in Marrakesh. They are now home safe and sound in Scotland, alhamdulillah, and me and Hamza have another few days here in Morocco before we head home. We have a full day today exploring this city, and then tomorrow we're going to be heading back to Marrakesh. So today we are looking at going to the Medina, going to the borders as well to see the border between Algeria, and we're also going to go and see a mosque here as well, inshallah. When we arrived a couple of days ago, Hamza got speaking to the inn driver and he said that Oujda is really quiet city, not many tourists come here at all, and it is quite difficult to actually find an inn driver. We arrived late, I think it was around about midnight when we arrived, and alhamdulillah we did get an inn drive to the apartment we were staying in, but yesterday we wanted to go out to the shops and there was just none available at all, so we had to wait quite a while for a taxi. All the taxis seem to be used as well. But it's so cool to be in a new city in Morocco. I've never been to the east. Even Hamza, as a Moroccan, has never visited the east of Morocco, so we're so excited to explore this part of the country. Hamza has just had a look and there's no in drives again available today, so we're waiting here for a taxi just by the side of the road. Hopefully, inshallah, we get one soon. The heat, honestly, is really hot. There's literally no cloud in the sky, so it's pure sun. We have just arrived in Medina and the first stop is some breakfast. So we have some simon here. This is the kind I've never tried. This is with the fat, and then there's some harsha there with 2 mint teas. Alhamdulillah, that breakfast was just so good. It's my first time trying the red looking simon. What is it called, that one, Hamza? It was so good. With fat, and you can taste like the onions are really quite strong.
Yeah, but there's hardly any fat in it. You used to feel that with fat, but not anymore. Like you just like spices more.
Yeah, you could really taste the spices. It was really lovely though. And then we had the harsha with some chocolate spread, and then some simon with some cream cheese, and 2 cups of mint tea, which was just absolutely beautiful. It's funny because my dad actually says that the mint tea in Morocco he prefers to the tea back home in the UK. The food in general in Morocco, he says that he just loves the food here. I said that when he retires he should just move to Morocco. We are currently in the old Medina having a look through the market, and Hamza spotted some fridge magnets, and my mum is obsessed to get one everywhere we go. So we have seen some that say Oujda. We decided to go for this one for my mum. She's honestly going to be so happy. Yesterday everywhere was just so quiet because it was Friday, and today honestly is so busy you can barely move for people. Now we're going to Masjid Al-Kabir, which translates to the Grand Mosque. This was actually the first ever mosque built here in Oujda, and we've asked around 8 people for directions because Google Maps keeps taking you in a different way, but everybody's told us different ways, so we've literally been searching now for about 20 minutes. But the last guy we spoke to says that there's a way from this way. He's told Hamza where to go, so inshallah we can see this mosque. The street that we're walking down to just now to get to the mosque is just full of shops of gold. Hamza's putting on his thobe now to go to the men's area to pray. I have now arrived to the mosque. Here is the women's section. Hamza's way around to the front where the men's section is, so let's go in. There's nobody else in here, and I'm not sure which direction to pray in. You can see the mats here, so So it's either that way or this way. But there's no one here, so I don't know what way. I think I'm guessing this way. I don't know, I hope that's right. It actually turned out I was praying in the wrong direction, so I just assumed that it would go the way that the carpets kind of face, because that's what I've always seen in masjids. But I prayed my 2 rak'ah as like the thing you do when you get into the masjid, and a sister came up to me and she was like pointing the other way that we go like across the carpets. So I prayed Doher, then facing the right way next to her, so that was so kind of her, and I was really glad that somebody else turned up. And alhamdulillah, that was so nice to pray in the first ever masjid in this city. I'm now waiting outside the front door for Hamza. He went in the other entrance right the way around the front, so we said that we would meet here. On the outside of this mosque you see this beautiful design here. Over here is actually a school where they teach the Quran. This here is one of the main doors of the city, and it's called, Hamza, you say it?
Bab al-Gharbi.
That's that right there.
The Gharbi door.
The Gharbi.
The Gharbi door.
The Garbi.
The Gharbi.
The Garbi.
Take it easy. The Gharbi door.
Door. The Gharbi door.
There you go.
There you go, that's the name
Well
of it. The ex-president of Algeria is actually born in Morocco. He used to live in a house here, but it's all been destroyed now. He was born and brought up in Morocco. He used to go to school here as well, and then he was the president of Algeria. On top of the masjid up there's a massive bird's nest. The taxis in Oujda are red, just like they are in Casablanca, Fez and Agadir. You can see one going past just here. They were famous biscuits that you can get here in Oujda. What are they called, Hamza?
كعك.
كعك.
الكعك الوجدي.
الكعك الوجدي.
The وجدي كعك. This is like same one.
That's the same one there.
Yeah.
It looks nice.
السلام عليكم. الكعك الوجدي ياك. ها؟ منين انت؟ ما شاء الله. غير وحده.
احنا
الله يخليك.
طبعا السودانيين كريمين، فما ينفع
الله يخليك.
ما ينفع ترد علينا الحاجة.
الله يخليك. شكرا.
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 Thank you so much. That man so kindly gifted us 2 of these famous biscuits here in Oujda, and that man, he's actually originally from Sudan, but he had to leave because of the war, and he's been travelling for the last 3 months from country to country. He's been, which countries has he been in, Hamza?
Libya, Algeria, probably Tunisia as well.
Tunisia, I think you did say Tunisia. And now he's finally arrived in Morocco and he's working there at that wee bakery. And what a lovely, lovely guy to gift us 2 biscuits. We just went into the local church just then. We were told that there's a church and a masjid next door to each other, so we thought we would take a little look. There's a lot of people there. They didn't actually speak Arabic. I'm not sure where they were from, but they did speak English, and they kindly let us into the church and we had a little wander around. And I didn't find out till now that was Hamza's first time in a church.
Yeah, that was my first time. Yeah. I've got enough feeling, to be honest with you. It's like quite interesting to be inside the church and look into the stuff and like different religions, everything like that. But
yeah. You know, when you're inside a church, do you feel any sense of peace, or does it just feel like another place?
To be honest with you, no, I don't. Like, with all due respect for Christian religion.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't feel nothing, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You're just like curious to go inside and see what's inside, you know what I mean?
Definitely. And it's funny actually you say that, because I have never felt that kind of peace in a church ever. Even when I used to be Christian and I used to go to the church and things, I never ever felt peace there until I went to masjid. And every single masjid I go to anywhere in the world, I just have such great sense of peace and I feel so happy. Oh, just throw my water bottle.
But I have to say that was good and nice from them to letting us go in
Yeah.
without any problem, like without asking us any kind of question.
Yeah.
We are like wearing a hijab,
Yeah.
and I'm wearing a short, and I haven't been asked no question to go in. That was actually nice.
That's true, because anywhere, like you guys will have seen when I did my Europe trips with my mum and I went to quite a few churches, I got some nasty looks for wearing the hijab inside a church, but that mum was kind enough to let us in and have a little wander around. And it was nice to go in and see another church, especially in Morocco, because I've never really seen a church over here. Anytime I enter a masjid, it doesn't matter where it is in the world, whether it's the smallest run-down little masjid ever, I have such great sense of peace being there, and anytime I pray in a masjid I just feel so happy and at peace within myself, alhamdulillah. Now the next stop of the day is to go to the borders between Morocco and Algeria. We have been told that only certain cars can drive you, like in-drives or taxis, because they need to have a permission to get there. So inshallah we're going to find someone that can take us. We are trying in-drive just now. Hamza's on it, aren't you, Hamza?
Yeah.
And failing that, inshallah, a taxi will be able to take us. A taxi finally stopped for us and said that the red taxis don't actually have access to go there, so he dropped us off to this location where they have white taxis that just go there. So I think they stopped. Do they wait till they fill up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need like 6 places.
Yeah, so they have about 6 seats. They wait till they fill up and they go. One just filled up and it was over there. It filled up and they're gone, so now we're just waiting on the next one, inshallah. We are currently at the border between Algeria and Morocco. So you can see here, there's just a little road and it goes straight up to there. And there's like massive gates and there's security guards as well. It says no pictures, you're not actually allowed to take any pictures of it, but we did walk up to it. And it's like, you can see Moroccan flags on the other side, and then past that then is Algeria, where you see the big gates. So there's quite a few things to do here at the borders actually. We are currently sitting in a really nice restaurant and you get a good view of the road. And also over there you can actually see Algeria. I'll take you guys over there in a second. We have go-karting down here, lots of things for kids to do as well, and it seems to be a really busy area. I've seen a lot of people coming here. I haven't really seen any tourists though since I've been here, but I've seen a lot of people coming. Did you expect the border to be like this?
No. I was expecting that I could see Algerian people from the other side.
Right, okay.
And Morocco from that side, then we can wave to them and everything. I thought it's gonna be the same borders as Saidiyya.
Okay.
Saidiyya is in the east of Morocco as well. And you could see the flags from Algeria and the flags from Morocco from our side.
Yeah.
And you can wave to them and everything.
Oh, that would have been so cool. I was kind of expecting something like that where you could like see the flags and stuff. I guess because the borders really, I think the only border really I've seen is India and Pakistan, and obviously you know what that's like because Hamza's actually been to both sides of that.
Yeah, from the India side and then from Pakistan side.
And that is like the craziest border I've ever seen, and there's obviously a lot of flags, and you know it's very patriotic over there, so I was kind of expecting, obviously not the big show that they do, but I was expecting to see a lot of flags as well.
I wish one day somehow the borders between Morocco and Algeria open and we get to go through the borders to Algeria, and the Algerian get to come from the borders to Morocco.
Yeah.
And we live in peace.
Inshallah. The Moroccan people and the Algerian people get on really well, but you can't physically go from Morocco to Algeria or vice versa. You would have to actually travel from a different country, although it's visa free. Is it visa free for Algerians to come to Morocco as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's visa free for Moroccans to go there. They can't travel from the countries bordering each other, so if Hamza was to go, he would have to go from maybe UK or another country.
Problem is from Algeria side, we had to get a flight all the way like to Tunisia, from Tunisia to Algeria.
Right, okay.
Because you can't fly above Algeria.
So the other country that borders them would be Libya. Would people from Libya be able to travel straight into Algeria, or no?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Only problem is between Morocco and Algeria politics.
Yeah,
that's the only problem.
The politics, yeah. Inshallah one day that is all solved and there's peace at the borders, and you know you can just travel freely, because as I said, the people of the countries get on so well, you know, they're brother countries and they have a lot of similarities, so inshallah one day that is sorted out.
Inshallah, I would love one day to visit Algeria,
Inshallah. I actually looked into it for us going to Algeria, and obviously you'd be visa free, but I would need to get a visa, and I think it's actually quite difficult from the UK. I'd have to travel to London and go into the embassy. You can't do it online. So, I mean, that would be the first country we've been to where I have to get the visa and Hamza's not. So this is the view from the top of the restaurant, and you can see that is Algeria over there. There's like a barbed wire fence across here, and past that is Algeria. So this side is Morocco, and past that is Algeria. So from the top of the coffee shop you can see there's police over there, and then this over here is the border where they have the road, and there's police guarding that as well. Here's a crepe here just arrived, and we've gone for an orange juice and a mango drink. Yeah. Border here is actually nicknamed Two Mules, and that nickname was given by the French when they occupied Algeria and Morocco. It said basically one mule for Morocco, one mule for Algeria, and then they meet at the borders. And actually France occupied Algeria first, and then they entered Oujda, which is the city that we've been staying in. That was the first city that they occupied in Morocco, coming from Algeria. So that was what the border was like between Morocco and Algeria. Now we're in the taxi back to the Medina in Oujda. We have now arrived back, alhamdulillah, in the main area of Oujda. We're back at the Medina, and we are on the lookout for a famous dish here. It is called karan, and basically it's like a big pot of chickpeas, and you eat it with the bread, and it's really famous here. There's been so many shops we've been seeing that's been selling it. So this is the karan sandwich. Karan, and the look of it isn't great, to be honest, but it actually tastes really nice. So that's just basically chickpeas inside a baguette, and then this is lemon juice, and I am not a fan of lemon, but this is actually so lovely. It's very, very sweet. What do you think of the sandwich?
Very tasty.
Like it?
Yeah.
And the juice?
Juice as well.
Good.
It's called barida.
Barida?
Which means like cold. That's what it means.
Cold.
Yeah. Well, but with different accents though.
That is our day in Oujda come to an end. We have now been dropped off. We got an in-drive back to the apartment. It was actually the same in-driver that picked us up from the train station. I think he's literally the only person that does it here. It's already 8:30 at night, so tomorrow we have a really early start. We're heading back to Marrakesh, and the train leaves at 8 in the morning, so it's going to be a full day again of travelling. But I hope you've enjoyed this day in Oujda. I've thoroughly enjoyed my time here. Really enjoyed being in the east of Morocco. It's so beautiful, and inshallah I would love to come back and go to so many more places. I think Ceuta is definitely on the top of my list, especially to go and see the border there. I would just love to stand there and wave at all the Algerians on the other side. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one, inshallah.